Now, originally I was going to talk about how this deck was going to be Norin's Death Star. My plan was to make so much life that I could fire off a Death Star at my opponents, whether that be a Flux Reservoir or one of my early drafts, Speller's Citadel, but that was like a 3 or 4 colour nonsense deck that I put that one to bed, and then I shot it in the bed. I was like, bam, 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 and like fucking blood went up the walls. My wife was like, why are you shooting things in bed again? I can't rest, Vince. Not when you're like this. So I kept one Reservoir in the deck because I wanted to try and Death Star people, and then call this Norin's Death Star when I achieved it. And well, I played a league with the deck, and yeah, I didn't get even remotely close to Death Starring anyone. But I did have some games of Magic, some of which were interesting, so I'll show you those shortly. Norin is wary, Norin is scary. Norin is not very hairy, he doesn't look much like me, Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi. That's not my name. My name's actually PleasantKenobi on the internet. Sometimes people call me PheasantKenobi when I'm talking about birds. I'm quite an expert on birds. Birds with arms, birds lore, Big Bird from Sesame Street. Me and them go way back. We used to hang out on the streets. I actually helped Big Bird get off the dice and the drugs. Managed to, you know, get them on the straight and narrow. They don't talk to me anymore though since they made it big. Not bitter. At all. Norin is one of the weirdest fucking Magic cards ever printed. He's almost indestructible. He's almost unkillable. If a spell were to be cast or a creature attacks, Norin runs the fuck away. So short of activated abilities, you can't get rid of him. He's a 2/1 that never gets to get in for combat for 1 mana. His flavor text is a Star Wars reference, so that's fucking cool. He's a very cool and interesting character. And my jokes were going to be around, where does Norin run when he goes away? Is it to build a Death Star? But then it turned out that actually, no, the Death Star was shit, and I need to try a different build of Martyr Proc. Perhaps with actual Martyr of Sands to get enough life to, Aether fucking, what's it called? Not Aether Hub, I put that into the list the first time and fucking rented Aether Hubs. Aether Flux Reservoir. Aether Flux Reservoir, people to the death. What Norin does allow you to do is trigger ETBs a lot. This is a variant of Soul Sisters, a modern deck that's kind of considered to be tier 2, though when you're playing it, you're sometimes like, hang on, is this tier 2? This feels like tier fucking 7. Like, trash tier. Like, I'm inside the garbage, like Grouch from Sesame Street talking to Big Bird. Why did you mention Sesame Street again? Why? The whole point of the deck is to grind out your opponent by gaining far more life than them, and normally use that life as a resource in a sense that it synergizes and improves Ajani Pridemate, who gets bigger and more swole the more life you gain, or traditionally you get to play Sarah Ascendant as well, which is a 1 mana 6/6 flying lifelinker, and it does make me think, why the fuck am I not playing it in this version? Well, there's not enough room, you see, with Norin the Wary, and Impact Tremors, and Lightning Helixes, and Genesis Chambers, and Goblin Rabble Masters. Our plan is to go a bit wider than a conventional Soul Sisters deck. When Norin comes back, he's going to trigger Soul's Attendant or Soul Warden to gain life. He's also going to come back and trigger Genesis Chamber to make Mia, which then again triggered to gain life. All of this will make Ajani's Pridemate the thickest cat. The thickest cat. Thicker than Ajani, thicker than your cat at home. You have a thick cat. I don't give a fuck, this cat's gonna be thick. Also, Norin and the Mir tokens also trigger to allow Mentor the Meek to draw us into our deck. On top of that, I'm playing some Rabble Masters to give the deck a bit more of an aggressive slant as well, some Ranger with Eos to go fetch up our 1-drops, and a rather ambitious Aether Flux Reservoir to, like I said, Death Star people, although we never really got there. But unlike other lesser content creators like the Asian Avenger, who apparently doesn't actually care about the content creating community according to his latest tweets, only joking, Grim, I love you, buddy. But unlike those sycophants and those anime loving fools, I will not give up. I will play a Flux Reservoir again, I fucking promise. So that's the deck really. We're slightly more aggressive, slightly more pew pew ping ping thanks to Impact Tremors version of the traditional Soul Sisters deck. The deck is actually really fun. How viable it is, I mean, I'll probably have to run pretty fucking hot to get anywhere with this list, but fuck it, the deck's fun, right? So with all that kerfuffle out of the way, let's get down to playing some Magic with Norin the Wary and his soulful sisters. Magic gods, magic gods. This hand is fucking garbage. This hand is mildly better. We don't have any 1-drops. Our deck really needs its fucking 1-drops. But I guess Ranger of Eos will go find them, so that's something. Our opponent has not mulliganed at all because Magic hates me. We bottom our planes. Concealed Courtyard, nothing from them. I feel like there's a Thalia or Arbiter in our future. This looks like it might be Eldrazi and taxes. Lo and behold, it is Eldrazi and Taxes. Lo and behold, that's a Thalia. And I cannot path it. Interesting. Also makes my Tremors cost more. Turns out our opponents are fans. That's pretty sick. They've cast an Eldrazi Displacer, so we go and fetch another Plains, and then we get ready to... I don't know, I don't really want Displacer to stick around, but I also don't really want Thalia to stick around. No, we get rid of Displacer. Displacer can cause more problems for our token creatures further down the line if we do get a Genesis Chamber online. However, they missed a land drop, so maybe pathing them was completely and utterly not the right thing to do there. We crack our Marsh Flats, grab our Plains, and cast Mentor of the Meek. We hope to God we don't get TKS'd here with the Thought-Knot Seer. I think perhaps just not pathing was the correct line. Tidehollow Sculler comes down, probably taking our Ranger of Eos, I would imagine, and now we need to draw one of our other 3 bolts or 2 lightning conditions to deal with it. Oh, strangle me harder, Father. This feels pretty bad. We're off to a fucking horrendous start. I think on paper we should have quite the good draw, or matchup, should I say, against Black-White Eldrazi, because... Eldrazi and Taxes, because we have a lot of very strong effects that they can't really interact with too much, like the Genesis Chamber making lots of Mia, for example. However, we've drawn nothing but fucking lands as we draw our 3rd land in a row. I decided to scoop it up because I can't be fucking bothered with how bad that draw was. Their mana base is terrible, so I bring in Blood Moon. I'm also going to bring in Wear Tear for Tidehollow Skulls and Aether Vials, and perhaps Settle the Wreckage? Yeah, Settle the Wreckage. I cut Rebel Masters because they're just too aggressive against such a deck as that has like 4/4s and shit in it. I cut a Soul Warden, I cut the Death Star itself because this is not a Death Star matchup. Weirdly, we can't really trim Norin because they can Wasteland Strangler our Norin out of exile, which would be horrendous, and I really hope that doesn't happen. We are on the play. Is our hand... Oh my Jesus fucking wept. When we look into this hand, we have a Wear Tear for an 8th Vial potentially, but we have a lot of fetch lands, so if they play an Arbiter, we might just get caught out on our 3rd land. There's an 8th Vial which is going to blow up in our turn, which will feel pretty good. Fetch for this hideous Expedition Sacred Foundry. I don't know what the fuck I'm playing with these. Wear this, motherfucker! Like a badge of honor. Kapow! I like to imagine there's a hole underneath that fist, and they're trying to fist something. Why that hole is surrounded by brooms and shit, I don't know, but I just imagine it's like the early parts, like it's a bit of a crusty arsehole that needs a bit of lubricant, you know? Tidehollow Sculler arrives. We're going to be pathing that bad boy to get back the card that's underneath it. The problem being that ramps them, potentially towards Thought-Knot Seers and maybe even Reality Smashers, depending on what variant they're playing, but we're still going to path this boaty boy. Oh, Blood Moon, eh? The thing is, if we path them, it means they get a basic land. So I guess we just don't do that. Yeah, that seems good. Try casting your spells now, motherfucker.
Everyone loves a fucking good mountain.
We draw our first 1-drop of the tournament. We play it, a Soul's Ascendant. Our Johnny Pridemate triggers off of the Ascendant. Triggers itself. Gets a life. Gets a counter. Trigger. Okay, I feel like we're in the driving seat for so far. They have 4 mountains. Yes, okay. We can't trigger it this turn, but our Johnny, our catty boy, our pussy lad is about to get fucking swole. And there's nothing better than a swole puss-tang cat lad. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just saying words. We get in for 3, and they have no plays. I assume they attack back. Nope, no swings. Oh, yeah! We drew Norin, which is pretty fucking good here. Norin's gonna make us 2 creatures, triggering Soul's Attendant. So, Norin comes into play, triggers Soul Attendant, and triggers Genesis Chamber. Genesis Chamber resolves, making a Mirror, triggering Soul's Attendant, triggering a Johnny Pridemate, which then resolves, then Soul's Attendant triggers again, triggering Johnny Pridemate, and now this is 1/5/5 Pussycat. We attack for 5. Norin disappears. Our opponent takes it. Norin appears again, triggering Genesis Chamber and triggering Soul's Attendant. Our cat grows to a 6/6. We make a Mirror, triggering Soul's Attendant, making our cat into a 7/7. Trigger my timbers. Turns out Blood Moon is quite the magic card. We get to keep a 7, which is nice. We also have Norin plus Soul's Attendant plus a Johnny Pridemate. So we actually have a part of the combo, and Settle the Wreckage allows us to recover if they get way ahead of us. They have mulled to 6, they've mulled to 5. I'm sorry, Room 54. Last game we got pretty lucky, leading Wear into Blood Moon. We drew an Impact Tremors, which just makes me realise how much fun this deck really is. Norin did not get Thought Seized or Inquisitioned, and therefore is almost unkillable now. Aether Vial. Okay, sure. We'll leave Pridemate here because that way when he gets pumped next turn off of the Soul's Attendant, we can actually swing with him. Kind of like giving him haste. Playing Soul's Attendant now doesn't do anything. Although next turn we can play Impact Tremors into Soul's Attendant and get a load of triggers all over the fucking shop. I will tell you one thing, I would hate to play this deck in paper because you would miss fucking at least like 10 to 20% of your triggers every round, every tournament. Like, it'd be impossible not to. Trigger the Impact Tremors off our Soul's Attendant, and I think something's dying on Soul's Attendant. Okay, makes sense, because it makes the Johnny Pridemate really fucking big after a couple of turns. We get in for 2, and no one's going to come back at end of turn and ping like this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Pew! Like fucking lasers. Some might say tremors. Lasers make tremors sometimes, right, if they're big enough. Now here comes Thought-Knot Seer. I guess Thought-Knot Seer will 100% take the path to exile on our hand as an easy answer to the TKS, which means they have to play around the settle that's in our... I guess sometimes I'll play in this deck, you can play out the second Norin in hand to get another set of triggers. In this matchup, I will not be doing that. I'll be using Norin as my second copy of Norin if they ever get to Wasteland Strangler Norin out of the game, off of an 8th Bar on 3. Outside of Thoughtseizing Inquisition, it might be one of the few decks in the format that can actually deal with a Norin, which is odd. Really odd. So we want to draw a mere generator or a life gainer here, and we drew a life gainer. That's pretty good. We ping them with Impact Tremors, nickel and dime, nickel and dime. We can't swing because of the 4/4. Norin returns from his Wary travels, triggers Soul's Attendant, triggers Impact Tremors, shoot them for 1, gain a life, grow our Pridemate. Oh god, this deck is fun. The correct way to sequence this here is if they have a Strangler. No, wait. Strangler can't kill a Johnny's Pridemate. If it ETBs and Soul Attendant's still alive, the ETB trigger from the Soul's Attendant would resolve and a Johnny would grow to a 4/4. I said Johnny's best buddy, the Pridemate here. Swole, a Johnny looks there. So they're casting a Wasteland Strangler, which means they will get to kill our Soul's Attendant. And then I'm assuming they have a second Wasteland Strangler off the 8th of Arl. We'll find out shortly. Our Attendant triggers and resolves, our Pridemate becomes a 4/4, and then Strangler kills our Attendant. Now they activate Vial and we figure out what's next. Is it a Wisp or a Wasteland Strangler? It's a Wisp. That's going to Wisp our Thought-Knot Seer, which is going to get the Settle the Wreckage in our hand, I would assume. But we drew a Genesis Chamber off the... Okay, actually, second thoughts, they might need to get rid of that Genesis Chamber. Comment section, let me know what you take. Will you take Settle the Wreckage? The second Norin... Oh, they took the second Norin. They're going to kill my first Norin. The bastards. Wait, they've already strangled my first Norin. Wait, what? Oh, shit. That was what the Strangler got. Dumb shit. I didn't realise. I missed that for some reason. I don't know why. I was talking about the whole time and then... Fuck. That said, how often have you seen a Norin the Wary get taken from hand by a Thought-Knot Seer? This looks like they might have another Strangler in hand. So I'm not going to block for a turn. I might be forced to block next turn. They also know I've got Settle the Wreckage, but they know I haven't got the mana for it yet, so they're getting their attacks in whilst they can, I guess. Thalia means I am not casting that Settle the Wreckage next turn either. Well, that means I'm dead. If I block the 4/4, I still take 6, 7, 8, 9 damage thanks to my own Genesis Chamber. A little bit unfortunate that I didn't draw any gas from there, and Wasteland Strangler being like the main counter in the entire fucking format to Norin makes this a pretty frustrating first round. Perhaps my opponent won't attack with everything, or they'll animate a land and they'll attack with everything. Well, that'll teach me to play Settle the Wreckage in a deck that can never get to 4 lands. Concede. Okay, to avoid mulligans, I've got a new plan. I'm going to shrink my hand down and grow it. Ready? Huh. Well, yeah, it's fine, I guess. Would love to draw a 1-drop life gainer on the opening turn. Our opponent has mulled to 6. I've opened a Sody Pop. Ah, fresh fucking Sody Pop. Haha, you can't get my Norin now, you prick. Of all the 1-drops to draw, that is not the one we wanted to draw. We lost our chamber. Brilliant. We grab a Sacred Foundry and end step. We're going to tap and draw a Norin. There's no payoff right now, so I guess I'm going to play a Johnny Pridemate for... I expect this is going to see a push. Stomping Grounds. Is this just Jund? Oh no, I wish I hadn't taunted the gods of fate. Whew! Okay, draw a payoff and make them regret it. That's not a fucking payoff. We play a second kitty and a Norin the Wary, and we go to combat. Norin runs away. Cheesy 1/1/1 takes 2 damage. That's a really big Tarmogoyf. It's a 5/6. Thing is, our 2-drops can get just as big if we draw a payoff. Just you wait though. Just you wait. Our opponent missed some land drops, but didn't also kill any of our pride mates, which makes me think their hand might just be full of goyfs. Well, that's our bushwhacker. They think it wise not to attack, and if they've missed a land drop and like 2 turns in a row, I don't know if I want to path them here. But pathing them does let us attack for 6, and that's a 3-turn clock. I go for it. Not before putting a shitload of Norin triggers on the stack. Norin comes back, they untap, and I'm assuming we're going to see a Liliana? No, nothing. Weird. What the fuck is in their hand? Like a load of removal and they don't want to fire it off yet? We swing and Norin makes himself scarce. And we do 6 to our opponent? No, they have removal. They have... Is it 3 bits of removal? Just the 2. No, it's 3 hobbits. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. We have a Norin. It's fine. We have a Norin. We haven't drawn any payoff. We haven't drawn any life gain, any token generators. Don't you worry. If they play a 4-drop now, if they play like a Kalatasa or an Olivia, we're fine. I wouldn't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's a Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, that's like 2 cards in 1. Oh my god. It hit Dark Confidant. That's like a card advantage engine. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe Bob will just kill them. It's unlikely, but maybe. You never know. So that's a Rabble Master. So that is certainly something. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Do they block with Dark Confidant? No, they do not. They decide that Dark Confidant might draw them into a win. Confidant reveals a Thoughtseize, which is pretty bad, as it does 1 damage to them here. And if they cast it, that's 2 more damage to their face. And they also drew a Blackcleave Cliffs. The jump player wisely decides not to attack. Both our gobbos go in. Rabble, rabble, rabble. One gets blocked by a Bloodbraid, the other hits face. They go to 5. I feel like we're ahead, but not like hugely. There's so many spells they could hit here that could be really good for them. Blooming Marsh off of the Dark Confidant. The problem with Genesis Chapter 1 here is that it's some old school Bible shit, and they might make a shitload of 1/1s next turn if they like draw a Bloodbraid Elf and then, yeah. Ah, fuck it. Let's just cast my second Norin. Get some triggers, get some Genesis chambering on the go. They bolt my Rabble. No attacks. End of turn, the original Norin comes back. We lose a Norin to the Legend rule, but we get a Mia token off the chamber, which I think will help us actually kill our opponent. They reveal Blackcleave Cliffs off the Bob, so Bob's not hurting them anymore, which is frustrating. He's decided to play ball, as it were. They cast a second Dark Confidant, which I guess gives them a blocker. And makes them a Mia. Yeah, not too bad. Norin comes back, makes another Mia. Sure. I mean, they're going to attack with Bob next turn, so that we have to block it. Because Bob's going to kill them eventually. But I'm not going to block. I'm going to say the words YOLO. It's not even words, it's letters. I'm going to say YOLO. I'm not blocking that, Bob. No fucking way. Come on, Bob, do your worst. Oh, yes, come on. 3-drop. Oh, they go to 1. Oh, Scoos? Shit. Scoos can gain them 1 life this turn. It also gets them a Mia. No, sorry, it gets them 2 Mia. Shit! Do they get Decay a Chamber before my Norin comes back to give me another 1? They do indeed. This way, they have 1... Oh, they can gain 2... No, they can't crack that fetch. They can gain 1 life here to go to 2, and we can't swing with like lethal attacks for our Mia. The fact that they're not attacking with their Bobs is very weird. They're going to gain quite a bit of life in upkeep next turn before the Bob triggers resolve. That's kind of annoying. We drew a Ghost Quarter. Not great. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I mean, a Maelstrom Pulse would be awful, but I don't know if John's playing Maelstrom Pulse anymore. I guess in Draw Step I'll try and Ghost Quarter them off some green. God, what I wouldn't do for an Impact Tremors right now. So they can gain 4 life here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So they're not really in danger of dying again unless they hit a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Oh, no, they're gonna pat the life shot as much as possible to avoid dying to their own confidence. Makes sense, really. Hit Lily. Come on, Bob. Oh, yes. Got him. Sometimes your best bet is to let your opponent die to their own Dark Confidence. This is why Jund is bad. That was a joke, by the way. So we got Blood Moon if they don't Thoughtseize us. If they do Thoughtseize us, they have to almost definitely take Blood Moon, and we can lead Soul Warden into Genesis Chamber to mentor them. We can hopefully draw Norin. Mentor seems very good against Jund. Plains, Soul Warden, and now we have to think about what our turn 2 is, whether it's Pride Mate or Genesis Chamber. It's probably Genesis Chamber. The earlier chamber comes down, the better. Nice early Dark Confidant. Sure thing, my buddy. Sure thing. Okay, Genesis Chamber's here. Hopefully this will incentivize them to play more creatures. To get more 1/1s. And then that'll mean they don't Thoughtseize us. And then we get to Blood Moon them. Okay, Liliana the Veil. Sure thing. Blood Moon? Question mark? Right. Then next turn we go Pridemate into Impact Tremors if we draw a land. And then we get them. Fatal Push revealed. Do they play a basic that was in their hand? Each player discards a card. I guess I discard a Mentor of the Meek. That does make sense. Actually, well, it's difficult here. If I discard a Johnny's Pridemate, I can't double spell next turn if I draw a land. But double Mentor when my opponent's Jund and they're locked onto a Blood Moon seems pretty strong. I'm discard the Mentor. I think it'll be fine. Basic swamp. Oh, they've got push and everything. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, they got the bolts too. Okay. They're discarding Impact Tremors this turn. Okay, that's good, that's good. That means the second Mentor is more likely to survive. Holigan's Command, they can cast that. And it blows up my Genesis Chamber, and it makes me discard a card. Oh, and they've got Inquisition. Wow! Wow, 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 wow! It looks like they don't need green mana at all to cast all these cards they've got. Shit the fucking bed. Okay, well, the K command in hand, and, well, oh my goodness. We didn't draw a card to trigger our Genesis Chamber, so now we're locked under a Lily plus K command. K command can blow up the chamber, make us discard and draw step, and Lily will mean that we'll never get to hold cards in hand. This is fucking bad. Like, real bad. I guess Ranger of Eos is our best possible draw. They don't even feel the need to destroy my chamber or make me discard. They've got such a strong situation here with the Liliana. Oh, second K command. When you've drawn your basic swamp and the opponent's Blood Mooned you, what more could you want? Well, the great thing is this doesn't die to K command, right? But they can instant speed make me discard, and Liliana gets it too. Look, Blood Moon, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm just fucking disappointed. I'm just fucking disappointed. Right click, concede. Concede game. Really wish I had like Oblivion Ring in my sideboard for like Lilianas and shit. That'd be nice. I think they multi 5 there as well. Anyway, we're on the play. We've drawn a hand that can cast things. Keep. As long as we get Lily, this hand's pretty good. We can deal with their threats and we can play bodies. Well, we need the land for the Mentor, but you know. I wonder how Soul Sisters traditionally fares against Jund. It feels like you don't have any card advantage, and they have their removal spells are very good at like dismantling your synergies. So it doesn't feel great. Would like to draw a Pridemate, I think. A land would be okay, but a Pridemate would be best. That's neither of those things, but I'll play it anyway. We get in for 1. Scavenging Ooze from them. We drew a Soul's Attendant. I think we're going to get stuck on lands this game. We're on 20 life now on 18, which means we are quite literally winning. Inquisition of Kozilek, taking away our Mentor, I would assume. They took the second Impact Tremors, probably because they don't have a way to deal with it outside of Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay, so they can probably kill the Mentor here. Decapitated Horsecock comes in and hits me for 2, and they play a Tarmogoyf. We're back on 20, we're winning. We draw our only tapped land that I probably shouldn't be playing. I'm going to Path the Goyf. It's going to get big. Go, my sisters! Soul them! Soul them as hard as you can! Bloodbraid Elf. Into Thoughtseize. Could Ghost Court myself to Path in response to the Thoughtseize, but that seems a bit silly when I've been stuck on lands as it is. They will take Mentor here, I assume. Yes, they did. We're on 22. They're on 14. Winning! For 5, though, which means we're not going to be... Oh, we're still winning! We're still winning! 17 plays 14. Actually, I think when I cut a load of planes from the deck to put Ghost Quarters in, I don't even know if I've got enough planes in the deck. I think I've only got 9 planes total. God, this card is bad in here. Real bad. They have 4 cards in hand. I am terrified as to what those cards could be. Their card quality is significantly higher than ours. I guess I'm going to save some damage here by pathing the Scoop. Yeah, I need to pad my life total a little bit. You know what they say, the higher the life total, the more winning you are. That's what all the pros say. Huh! That's my dog being pissed off about how many lands I'm drawing. The funny thing is, I was thinking 22 lands might be too few, that's why we're stuck on 2 for a while, and now we draw nothing but lands. A Raging Ravine? Well, I guess I'm just going to have to Ghost Quarter that now to try and not lose. We're about to go even on live totals, you see. 11 plays 11. I couldn't attack last turn because I could have animated the Raging Ravine and blocked. Oh, that's the Tarmogoyf. Right, we just need to draw some actual gas. Always yes? Why can't I always yes to this fucking trigger? Yes? But I'm always yes to this one. God damn it, Modo, you're so great at letting me play Magic like Modern and Legacy. Well, that's a thing. It's a thing. Like, when we make Mia, when they make Mia, we gain life. When we make Mia, we gain life and they lose life. Life? The problem being they're attacking for a fucking bunch next turn. But that said, we can start blocking what Soul's Tenders the turn after. Hopefully we draw at least one creature before then. Like, you know, a Norin? Bloodbraid into Liliana. Oh, fuck me. Sideways. Okay. Are we dead? I don't think we're dead. Well, we're gaining 4 life. We lose one of our sisters. She's now just a solitary sister. Oh, and they've got a push as well. They have drawn a lot of cards that do things. Where have they drawn more cards than us? Where did that happen? How are they 8 cards deeper than us? How the fuck do... I know Bloodbraids have drawn them a card each, but this is where being able to draw a Spectral Procession would be very good. Probably better than a Rabble Master. So, yeah. GG Jund E. Before we continue on to round 2, I just want to jump in and let you know this video was brought to you by channelfireball.com, your #1 source for strategy and videos and stuff by me as well, which isn't really strategy, it's just me being me. Bit less shouty, but I'm still, you know, drinking soda pops and playing Magic. And the comment section told me I'm really bad too. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, sponsorship. So please make sure you go over and like my videos over on channelfireball.com as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out their store. They have a great selection of singles and sealed product of all sorts of magical shit. And also don't forget the patrons that are going to come in from off screen. Now, oh shit, no! These are the splicers, the largest contributors of my Patreon. Without these guys and girls, I would not be carrying on to make this content. I couldn't have quit my job, I couldn't have gone full time. I could be pumping out this weird shit that I make that people watch on the internet and seem to enjoy. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is to join the Patreon. For just $2 a month, you get access to my Discord channel, PleasantKenobi's Wonder Emporium, where we just chat shit, like sort of small inside jokes are made up. People say the word Beth a lot. Ralph sometimes mentions Ajani and harasses people about Ajani being naked and shit. Anyway, you can support me to carry on making content and carry on streaming and carry on being a content creator for only a few dollars a month and get involved with the community as well. Ultimately, with all jokes aside, this community is fucking lovely. It's wholesome, it's supportive, and we have competitions and discussions around deck building and things as well. I played Tron and Taxes a couple of days ago because of Zerodyne's Brewmaster winning deck. Splicers also get to submit decks that go onto a list that gets voted on, and they get played in streams and videos too. And of course, if you can't support the channel financially, don't worry, just share the videos, like the videos, leave me a comment telling me your favourite bit, show them to your friends, show them to your mum. When your mum's like, why'd you play this fucking card game? But like, Vince. And share the videos as well with your friends, your family, show your mum, and when she's like, what the fuck is this? Be like, Mum, it's the greatest, most complex card game in the world. Don't you fucking scoff at me, Mum! Don't actually talk to your mother like that, that's rude. Be nicer to your mum, alright? She probably knows best. Die roll 1. We've decided to go first. How's our hand? Yeah, why not? They might even think we're mono-ed Norin when we go mountain into Norin the Wary. Hopefully we get to kill them with impact tremors this game. I'd just like to kill somebody, you know? The last 2 games or rounds have not been kind. Especially the Jund one. The Jund one just, like, we just didn't stand a fucking chance. Actually, so did the first round. Wasteland Strangler fucked us hard. Have I mentioned how much I hate these, like, expedition arts? Like, they just look really muted and... Oh boy! Oh boy, it's Tronny boy! Well, can we beat an Ugin? I don't even know. With that, we probably can. We make an Impact Tremors. passing the turn, and we ping them an end step with Norin coming back. Are we in fear of natural Tron, or are they going to play a non-Tron land? Green. Play a mine. Use the green for silver and scrying. Okay. Hopefully we can draw a 3-drop, and we can play Ghost Quarter the turn after, to sort of, you know, lull them into a false sense of security. Genesis Chamber is a pretty shit-hot draw here. It means we're going to shoot them for 2 in our turn. Probably 2 in their turn too. Norin comes back at end of turn. He triggers Genesis Chamber, which makes a mirror. He also triggers Impact Tremors, which shoots our opponent. The shooting resolves, the mirror resolves, triggers Tremors, and shoots our opponent. They play an Expedition map. Norin disappears. He comes back and shoots them for 2. Pew pew. There is a good inevitability to this engine, although this does die to Ugin. We attack, which causes Norin to fuck off 3 times. Pride Mate shoots them for 2. Pew pew. Then Norin comes back and shoots them for 2. I'm going to Ghost Quarter them after they've cracked the map, or before, or during. Interesting. We've shot them for a fucking lot. There's been a lot of mirror, a lot of Impact Tremors tokens. There are a lot of Impact Tremors triggers, should I say. That's 8 life they have over there. We kill them next turn. That's a turn 5 kill. It's probably almost optimum for the deck. So I'm going to do it in their draw step if they don't do it now. Okay. They crack the map. Let's see what they grab. I'm assuming it'll be a power plant. No fucking surprises there. I'm going to go to draw step and Ghost Quarter them there in case they've drawn their only basics somehow. I'm assuming they've got more. Now, ideally, I don't want to Ghost Quarter the tower because I want them to have to use a tower on the turn they assemble Tron to, I don't know, activate a map, for example. But in this circumstance, we can't shoot the mine, so we have to shoot the tower. I can't think of anything they could have here that would help them survive. Even like a Walking Ballista on 1 would trigger the Norin to go in and out and therefore make Mia. Oh, I just kicked my table. Even like a Matter or Shaper would just get piled. Nope, they have scooped it up. That was a good showing from the deck for once. That was nice. We are bringing in Blood Moon. I know it won't necessarily win us the game, but hopefully it'll slow them down enough for us to be able to, you know, get them, basically. Okay, I'm going to keep this because, well, we've got a Ghost Quarter and a Wear Tear and a Norin and a Genesis Chamber. The keen-eyed amongst you might notice that the timer went down quite a bit there. I had a curry last night and then had an overwhelming need to poo. So I just went and had a shit. Tower into map from our opponent. Norin from us. They have the power plant. Of course they do. Of course they do. Path to Exile's a thing, I guess. So I really want to play a 2-drop this turn, but it looks like I just can't. So, yeah, that's a bit shit. What do they do in our end step? I guess they go and 2-drop a... They do indeed. We're going to Ghost Quarter the power plant in draw step. This means that if they need to use the tower for mana to crack a map, for example, it means that the turn they assemble Tron, they have less mana available and they do it. That's why not blowing up the tower is the correct line when you're stopping them from assembling. I mean, there's a good chance they just fucking assemble anyway, and then we're fucked! Blast Zone. That can kill a Norin. I think I Genesis Wave, I fucking wish. Genesis Chamber here to make some Mia. It seems like over time Norin's got less and less indestructible as Blast Zones and fucking Wasteland Strangers have showed up. I think it's correct for them to Finger Blast the Genesis Chamber over the Norin. That does make sense. I also just wanted to say that sentence so I could say Finger Blast. Finger Blast. Also, we can't really play Stony out while Blast Zone's on 2, right? Because they'll just blow up my Stony. That's a mine. I guess we do have to Stony so that they can't just... Oh, they can just Tron. Okay, we got Path for our Wormclaw and Stony for like a... For a Khan or for a... Like if they can't and go for Rising Flares, they have to blow up the Stony first. Also stops with big Walking Ballistas. So we've got lines. They're just not very good. They're going to have so much fucking mana next turn. It's going to be gross. I wonder what payoff they've got. I guess if in doubt, play the Stony as soon as humanly possible. We basically just don't want the payoff to be a walker. We don't want to see an Ugin or a Khan, essentially. Those would be bad. Ugin can even kill Norin next turn. Khan liberated. Okay. The question is, where is Khan down ticking to? Because we've got a lot of Mir to slap him with. He's ticking up. Looks like we're going to be trying to kill a Khan for the next half an hour. So we cast Ranger of Eos and we're going to go shoot for a 2 1-drops. One of which will be Bushwhacker, which... Oh, I haven't cut Bush... we're going to get, I guess, Bushwhacker and a... We've got a life gain on our hands, so I'm going to get another Norin in case they calm the Norin. But what if they calm the Norin? Is that a thing? Am I getting too protective of my Norins? I'm just wary. I don't want him to die. I don't want him to die. I'm going to get a Soul Ward. I mean, he gets to restart the game very soon. I mean, if they put Oblivion Stone, I'm just dead anyway. That doesn't really matter too much. I guess I get calm with 1, so we don't get a random restart the turn after something goes horribly wrong. And then get our Pinto player with the rest of them. Because this means, I think, if they can't ref the board with like an O-Stone or an Ugin even, I think we just bushwhack them to death. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 15, 100, 1 million. It's like 1 million damage. It's like 1 million fucking damage. I guess destroying the Genesis Chamber makes it less than 1 million damage, but still a lot. They asked if I was recording, I didn't notice until like fucking 20 minutes later. I'm so sorry, Pinto, for having to wait for me to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, Pinto. Okay, let's see what they got. We don't want to see O-Stone. We don't want to see Ugin. We don't want to see Walking Ballista. We don't want to see Nukan, Tower, go get Marcus and Flatus, play Marcus and Flatus. Does that probably mean that we can't win? Well, we could just attack the Nukan, but it'd fuck everything up. Oh, shit. What's he gonna go get? What's he gonna go get? Well, they haven't made a land drop yet, so hopefully they don't make a land drop and fucking Khan. Wait, no. We'd still be okay to the Lattice. It would just make the exile a pump. Yes, that does make sense. That does make sense. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Chalice of the Void. Oh, shit. Okay. That's not good. That's the opposite of good. That's a fucking hot mess. Okay. Now we need to kill both Khans. Chalice on 1 is fucking awful here. Can we do Impact Tremors or something? Well, it's bad that all these cards can't be cast, but it's not too bad. I'm going to play a Mentor, which means we draw a card and then a turn off Norin. We're hoping for like no Dismember here, or similar. This is going to attack Khan. This is going to attack Khan. This is going to attack Khan, and this is going to attack Khan. That's 6 damage. That even if they Dismember 1, it still goes to 1, or it goes to 3, should we say? Then we're going to go 3 at Khan the Great Creator, because that means that if they Dismember 1, he still goes to 1, and he can't down tip to go find Marcus and Flatus and get locked out of the game. Right. 3 cards in hand, 3 mana up. Do you lose all your Planeswalkers? Well, that turned out okay. Like, Ugin would be rough, I guess, but Norin comes back, and we use the mental trigger to draw a card. That card will be Wear Tear. No, I lied. God damn it, Chalice of the Void, you fuck. It's another card. I mean, I hope they take it, because I'll happily exile one of these 1-drops from my hand. Nope, they're going to exile my 2/2 that draws me cards. That does make a lot of sense. Okay, we have a 2-turn clock on board. I think we ignore this card for that reason. That said, 6ing them now and 3ing him means we can 9 them next turn. Nah, I'm just going to slap their face in. Look at the Norin triggers! He's so triggered. That took them to 6, which is quite a low life total. I'm happy with that. FYI, in case you didn't notice, I did cut my Lightning Helixes when sideboarding, so we don't actually have a like outs if we get them to 3 and they stabilise. Okay. So, this can get Marcus and Glass here and lock us out of the game. However, that would mean they just die? So they have to get Walking Ballista, right? Like, if they have a Walking Ballista in their sideboard. They've drawn a lot of fucking Khans, by the way. They've drawn as many Khans as we have creatures. And we played 20 creatures? And we tutored for some of those creatures with this guy. So that's pretty absurd. Walking Ballista might just win them the game here as well, because we can't path it to force... Oh no, it's just an Oblivion Stone. How much mana do they have? They have 8 mana. Huh. Well, it kills Khans and it kills Chalices. So that's something. Oh god, it kills It kills Norin? I guess I could cast a spell to save him. He's not really doing a whole fucking lot here, to be honest. So they are dead unless they blow up their Chalice and both their Khans here. Oh, Norin. So they have to blow it up with Oblivion Ring here, Stone here. Okay. Fine. I say fine. It's actually kind of annoying, but whatever. Let's play a Soul's Attendant. Let's play a Sacred Foundry tapped. Next turn we can for them, or we can kill them if we draw another creature. I'm always going to say yes to this. So they blew up the world, and we started to rebuild with a sister and a scared man who quotes Star Wars. Can they play a 5th Khan? I really fucking hope they can't. Oh, shit. Ooh. That might just be the lock. That might just be the lock. So we have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures this game. They are about to cast their 5th. Maybe they don't let us lock us. Maybe they miss it. Maybe Pinto 1990 misses the line. Maybe... Is this game 1 or 2? This is game 2, right? Because I went for the... So... They've made a mistake here, because if we draw a 3-power creature, they die? Huh. That really is a thing. Why did they... Oh, they've got Blast Zone and the mana up for it, haven't they? Shit. Shit on it. Maybe they'll miss this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ignore this. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just a fucking innocuous draft comment from Khan's block. Don't... Oh, yes. They did miss it. Oh, yes. I'm going to attack you, my friend. And now you're just dead to triggers if they keep missing the old Blast Zone thing. Are they still missing it? No. Okay. Now we get Khan locked. But they can't kill my Bushwhacker, so I've got damage on board. Right? They definitely can't lock me here? Are they burning my clock? Yeah, sure. I'll check I was gone. I guess we're empty-handed now, so we can't randomly like stony wear tear the or disenchant the Muxen Lass. So that might be what they're doing to play around it, which is pretty cool. Ensnaring Bridge. Do they not have the lattice lock? Weird shit. Okay. So we want to draw Impact Tremors. We didn't draw Impact Tremors. That's not great. So we play a Soul's Attendant, gain a life, pass back, and now they lock us? Were they just making sure we couldn't attack? No! Fucking hell. How many times can Norin the Wary die in a League of Magic? What? Pinto, stop it. You're just doing this because you know you're in a video. I know what you're fucking doing, Pinto. Shit. I really hope they fuck this up and I just get to kill them. Nope, I think they're now gonna finally... They're gonna... Witchbane Orb. I think they're just BMing at this point. Okay, we could wear tear the Ensnaring Bridge and then draw into creatures. That's something. Right, one last turn of draws before we scoop it up to go to game 3. We've made a Witchbane Orb into a 4/4. Okay. I haven't got the time to play this out. I don't know if they're BMing or just don't have the lattice lock or something. Or they want to show it to me before game 3. Who the fuck knows? We've won the die roll. We can make a bigger Johnny Pride, mate. We can't deal with actual Tron, though, with no Stony, no Ghost Quarter. So this might be a risky keep. But as you saw game 2, Ghost Quarter didn't really do enough. Anywhere near enough. They've moved to 6. Is this karma for the BM last game? Urza's Tower. It's me turn 3 natural Tron, is it? Well, probably not, actually. We're going to make a Pride Mate, which will be a 3/3. I mean, with a Blood Moon in play, our Pride Mate should be able to get the job done before they... I mean, they could natural state this, then Tron. Off of a forest and stuff, but then we can Ghost Quarter the Tron out, so... We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Did they play a forest, or did they play a mountain? They play a forest, so we can expect a natural state income. Well, actually, they can natural state in their turn and play the Tron before we get to respond with Ghost Quarter, and just make a Khan. Which would leave us with a very weak clock, I must hasten to add. So let's just hope they haven't got the natural state, right? Let's just hope they haven't got it. Oh, they're doing it now. Interesting. That is not where I would be doing it, but okay. Because that unlocks our quarter. Sorry, buddy. So we get the power plant here, so that if they do use the Urza Tower to, like, you know, they use green Ancient Stirrings, miss the land, and they go forest and play... Oh, they only have one forest. That's pretty good. Oh, it was in their hand. Nailed it! Fucking nailed it! In the draw step. Got him! Oh, no, ignore me. I thought that was a land drop for the turn. It wasn't. Okay. We need to draw, like, a creature now to make lethal, perhaps? Oh, why can't I draw the fucking cards that I need to actually kill my opponent? What the fuck? Honestly, just one creature. Oh, it wouldn't have been lethal, though, would it? I'm not tilted, you're tilted. Maybe they'll miss a land drop. Maybe Pinto will miss a land drop. Maybe they'll cast New Khan and start shooting up every artifact in their sideboard. This and more, all in the next turn. We're in the main phase. Are they slow rolling the land now? Because that's also pretty weird. Like, I don't think they're BMing me. Or are they doing the same thing I just did? Where they had a little bit of a frustrated... Oh, they were. Huh, okay. Interesting. So sometimes... There's me tilted out. Sometimes variants gets you, right? Sometimes you Path and Oblivion Stone. Path to Exile targeting Oblivion Stone. You can have that 5th land. Sometimes you get variants up the bumhole and you're like, oh. But then other times your opponent gets that sort of screw and then you're like, oh, it goes both ways. It might feel, thanks to confirmation bias, that it goes that way more for you. I feel bad now. They're being so nice in the chat and there's me like, I think they're BMing me. I think they're BMing me. They're fucking BMing me. Pinto, if you're out there, my friend, and if you watch this video, thank you for the games. That was fun. There was actually some very fun games of Magic. I just didn't understand why you didn't fucking lock me. Please comment below. Why didn't you just lock me when I had a 1-1 in play? I want to know. In round 4, we lose the die rule and we keep this hand that can go Soul Warden into a Giant's Pride Mate. If we draw a 3rd land, slam a Rabble Master. Our opponent, though, saw a 1-2-4-8, has mulled to 5. Windswept Heath into nothing. Nothing, tra-la-la. I'm going to shock myself and make a Soul Warden, and I wonder if it survives. They crack their Heath on end step. Dramatic music. They get a Temple Garden tap. Relief washes over me like an awesome wave. Militia Bugler off a Simian Spirit Guide. Wait, is this me? They begin to toot, and Soul Warden loves it. Find another Simian Spirit. That was basically a 2-mana 2-3. Seems good. Let's make a 3-3 for 2 mana. That's a good rate. That's a good rate. For those of you that missed it earlier, what happens is it ETBs, and it triggers this, and then this trigger resolves, which triggers this, then this trigger resolves, and voila! It's a big old fucking cat. Hopefully next time we get to play a Realm Master, which will make the Pride Mate pretty fucking big. Are we going to see another Simian Bugler? No, we're going to see a Devoted Druid. Might have to just fucking kill that. Because if I don't kill it, there's a small chance they just play a Vizier and make infinite mana and kill us if they've got a Dashwatch Recruiter in hand. That's a bit shit. Do I take a turn off? Do I take a turn off? I want to cast Rabble so fucking bad. On the upside, Helix would trigger our Pride Mate. No, I'm going to go for it. Fucking gods help me. They mull to 5. They can't possibly have it. In with a 6-6 and a 1-1. The Goblin runs into a 2T boy, and our opponent takes 6. Please, for the love of all that is fucking magical in this game, do not untap and combo kill. Okay, it's fine. Because they might not have the Duskwatch Recruiter, or the Cord, or whatever the other payoff is, right? Like, that might be a thing they don't have. Like, it's not likely that they have it, right? Oh my Jesus fucking H Christ.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
So, for those of you that don't know, what happens here is that Devoted Druid can untap itself and put a counter on itself, a -1/-1 count. What Vizier of Remedy says is that the creature you control can't get -1/-1 counters, so you can pay that cost to untap your Devoted Druid, and it doesn't get the counter, so you can just tap it infinitely for green mana. Then what happens is, with your 3rd part of your 3-card combo that you obviously always have when Vince doesn't kill the Mana Dork, is they play Duskwatch Recruiter, which allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your library for 3 mana. What it does is it now digs through the deck for whatever win condition you want. The most common one, and the most probably efficient, is to grab a Walking Ballista. I'm going to just hope they show me the Walking Ballista, and then we will scoop so that you guys can see how it works. Walking Ballista is grabbed to hand via Duskwatch Recruiter, and then you can dump, again, infinite or arbitrarily large amounts of mana into it to kill your opponent. In this case, they only need 25 damage, or 26 actually, I've told. But they can't really fuck it up. Even if they cast the 25, forget about the Soul Warden trigger, they can then make more and more mana and then just kill me that way. If I'd Helixed the Devoted Druid, I would have done less damage to them because my board state far less, but I would not have died. So hindsight's a beautiful thing. I did talk it through, and it went horribly, horribly wrong. They're now looking at the cards in the library. I'm not going to make them play out the whole combo. I just want to see what the win condition is, if it's Emrakul or Walking Ballista. They whiffed the second time. They didn't find anything. That's fucking weird. So 3rd activation of Duskwatch finds Nothing. They whiffed twice. Unless they're choosing just not to show me all the cards in their library. Well, there's the Ballista. If you don't know what Ballista is, where the fuck have you been for the last year or two? This is Machine Gun Bastard. It's just a big fucking machine gun. You put mana into it and then shoot that man at your opponent's face. Yeah. Was it greedy to tap out on turn 3 in Modern? Should it be greedy to tap out on turn 3 in Modern? I don't think it should be. If Twin isn't allowed, why the fuck is that? I'm bringing in 2 Stony Silences, cutting an 8th Swire Reservoir and a Genesis Chamber. Genesis Chamber can benefit them hugely, and Reservoir itself is a bit of a meme, and it's also turned off by Stony Silence. Stony Silence will allow us to not just get combo killed by a fucking walking ballista. We have no lands in hand. We have 2 lands, including interaction. 2 lots of interaction. But if I tap out on turn 2, I might just fucking die. But don't forget, guys, Twin is too strong. Let's keep Stoneforge Mystic Band in Modern. I've topped a 2-drop in Genesis Chamber, which is fucking stupid. Because, oh my goodness gracious me, they're playing Gemstone Caverns to speed up their combo? God, this format's a fucking garbage fire. They play a Devoted Druid on turn 1, thanks to Gemstone fucking Caverns. I'm going to go and grab a Plains, and then going to float the mana. This Devoted Druid will resolve, and then I will let them have the extra land. They're going to have 4 mana on turn 2, because, I don't know, fuck me, right? I've exiled 1 Devoted Druid. If they untap, play Devoted Druid plus a fucking Vizier again, then, well, what can I do? Realistically, what the fuck can I do? They only have 3 mana on turn 2. That is a shame. I think many of you will agree. Simian Spirit Guide to play Finale of Devastation for 2. Okay, that's cost them 2 cards to go get 1 out of their library. When I Helix in a moment, I'm going to feel pretty fucking good about life, actually. Devoted Druid, out of the library or out of the graveyard? Well, they go out of the graveyard because then they have more than they could draw, I guess. But then they don't want to draw it. Eh. Okay. They have 2 cards left in hand. Finale is another win condition, similar to Walking Ballista. So if you have it in hand, you can just make a load of fucking mana and give your guys huge buffs and kill your opponent. That's the 3rd Devoted Druid. I can't deal with that one now. Let's hope they don't just randomly draw into what they need to. We draw Soul's Attendant, play Norin, start pumping our Johnny's Pride Mate, say yes, always yield, move to combat, thinking, go my cat, cat them. It's funny, really, like, you'd think that the Soul Sisters deck might have enough life to survive the aggressive decks in the format, but in reality, if your opponent's just gonna, like, make infinite damage, like, what the fuck can you do, realistically, to that? Toot toot from our opponent, revealing Eternal Witness, which will get back Finale of Devastation, which will go get Vizier. So they're about to assemble infinite mana. I mean, Primate's now at 7/7, so that's kind of good, right? That's almost impressive. Oh, now he's an 8/8. We draw a Path, which is very timely. We attack them with an 8/8 here, which they probably have to block, I'd imagine. Okay, when they cast their Finale for whatever, I'm going to plow this. I'm going to Path, should I say, this Devote. So they can go and get another Devoted Druid here, or they can get the Vizier, you know. The problem is you can't really path the Devoted Druid once the Vizier's in play, because they can just make mana in response. We've drawn pretty hot here with through removal spells. The Pride Mate becomes a 10/10. End of turn when Norin comes back, it's gonna be an 11/11. So they're gonna block with a Bugler, I would assume. We're gonna attack with a 11/11. They block. Like, we can fake interaction here, but I don't think they give a shit. Like, they just went for it regardless of what we had up. So faking interaction doesn't really achieve anything. So I'm just gonna shock myself and play a Mentor of the Meek, which might allow us to draw into more interaction if we just don't have the combo next turn. So we're gonna pass the turn and cross our fucking fingers. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Hands in the air, like a fucking roller coaster of emotion. Please, one time, don't play a fucking Vizier and have a payoff in hand. Okay, they crack in a Horizon Canopy. Draw more gas. They've got another Canopy in play, so they've got quite a few chances to hit stuff here. Okay, so they found Duskwatch Recruiter. They're going to have to fucking block with one of these things next turn, though, because our Primate is now bigger than their life total. Don't play a Vizier, please? Please? Okay. Okay. They're looking at the top 3 cards of the library to try and find a Vizier, and they found it. I mean, I can't be mad there because they did look at like 7 cards that, and they had a Simian Spirit Guide in hand anyway, so they didn't even have to shoot themselves with this, which makes no fucking sense. We're dead. We're dead. This is okay, but Twin is not. Remember, Twin would have been so different here in every way, right? Like our removal spells would have, yeah, it'd have been completely different. I mean, imagine if I cast a Stoneforge Mystic on turn 2. It's round 5, and for some reason I'm still playing Modern. I wish I wasn't. Warden, Genesis Chamber, Impact Tremors. Fuck it, this hand's gas. Absolute gas. If we draw a Norin or an Ajani Pridemate, we're going to be loving life. Our opponent keeps to 7, and we play Soul Warden. One time no gut shot. She survives. Into their turn, that is. Mutavault, is this Merfolk? Or as we are like X and we are 1X. We are 1-3, perhaps we're going to play something very weird. And I'm cool with that. I'm totally fucking cool with it. We play Impact Tremors on turn 2 to maximise the damage we'll get off of the Genesis Chamber into Soul Warden next turn. We then attack for a whole 1 point of damage. We're currently losing. If life totals matter as much as Soul Sisters might think it does, we're losing. Oh, it's Spirits. I didn't know they played Mutavault. Weird. I guess I play a Rabble here because they won't trade their Selfless Spirit for the Goblin. We get to shoot them for 2. Oh, they scoop. They scoop to the Rabble Master plus Impact Tremors. Huh. Maybe that's a combo. Maybe that's a combo that people should play more often. Maybe. Maybe I'm onto something. Anyway, we look at the rest of the deck. It looks like a fucking crazy pile of shit. Is Blood Moon good against Spirits? I guess their mana base is pretty fucking clunky. And with Blood Moon Vial will be all good. Also going to bring in Settle the Wreckage. Take out the Death Star for the 5th and final time. Oh, for Flux Reservoir, you'll have your day, but perhaps today, maybe in a better Martyr Proc deck than this. We're going to trim 2 chambers against the creature decks, as we probably fucking should. Trim a Bushwhacker. Ah, fuck it, only bring in 2 Blood Moons, who cares? Fun fact, this might be the first time in a 5-game league that Norin can't be killed by a random incidental card on an opponent's deck. They can't Thoughtseize it, they can't Walking Ballista it, they can't Oblivion Stone it, they can't fucking Liliana it. Yeah. Blasting Zone. I'm assuming they're not playing Blasting Zone. I'm hype. This is it. This is time for Norin to shine. Soul Warden into Impact Tremors seems pretty good. We've also got a bit of removal. As long as we gain enough life and slowly chip them down, well, it'll be all good. Mausoleum Wanderer from our opponents. We've drawn a Wear Tear that will probably be fucking useless now, but what can you do? We play a Soul Warden and pass back. Their mana's looking a bit clunky. We get hit for 3 by a pumped up Mausoleum Wanderer on fucking steroids thanks to this personal instructor. You're meant to look after him, not take him down a fucking dark path, Supreme Phantom. Supreme Phantom, what are you, a French fucking burger? We take 3. I'm gonna have to fucking shock myself. Or if I want to play Warden and Path this turn. Soul Warden resolves, and then we attempt to Path the Supreme Phantom, which is going to fix their mana a little bit. Maybe I should. They might sack their Mausoleum Wanderer to. No, it's gone. It's gone. They find a forest? No, they found a plains, which means that our Rabble Master might get Spell Quelled. Should have attacked there. Whoops. They shock themselves on Hallow Fountain, which means they're probably playing 2 2-drops, not 4-drops. Supreme Phantom number 2. The beef burger I'm eating motherfucker. No, he's not eating. He is a beef. He's a beef burger that teaches other spirits to use steroids. This is a fucking mess of an analogy. I don't even know. And they're keeping 2 mana up for the hexproof spirit, maybe? I guess I'm gonna play Rabble Master here and then Impact Tremors next turn. Okay, we're gonna gain 4 life with this Rabble, which is pretty good. In comes our Goblin. We hardly knew you, little friend. Sleep well, little Crico buddy. It's all this evil fucking burger looking motherfucker's fault. Incoming Flashy Phantom, ready? You're ready. Nailed it. Rattle Chains. Now this is a Phantom I can get behind. Not only is the art like really cool and Phantom-like something out of a fucking Christmas Carol, but his name is cool too, like Rattle Chains. He sounds like he might be a hip-hop star. Now I guess ideally we want to draw a Chinese Pridemate and just start making a really... Okay, we're now officially losing the life total race. Now we drew a Ghost Quarter, which isn't great. Oh, and they had the Queller. At least it gains us 2 life. I think think I hate spirits more than humans. I don't know what it is about spirits. It just feels like a new kid on the block. He's just a bit, and he comes around. He's like, "Can I hang out with you guys?" And we're like, "No, we're trying to like get Twin Unbanned and play with Stoneforge Mystic. We don't play with your new fucking Supreme Phantom shit." But then you're like, "Actually, Rattle Chains, you can stay. You've got a cool name." Selfless Spirit kills my Rabble token. It gained us 2 life though. Ideally, I guess I want to draw a Ranger of Eos next turn. Or again, a Johnny's Pridemate would be pretty sick as well. We take 9, 10, 11 damage. And we just hope to fucking god we draw a creature now. Maybe this is just blue-white spirits and they're not playing Aether. Also, I'm not playing Blood Moon post-board if they're going to play that many basics. No, well this will gain us a little life. And then the Goblin will gain us a little life. And then Norin will gain us a little life. So we survive a turn. So Phantom blocks are 1-1 again. We're on 13 now thanks to the Norin ETB giving us 2 life and the Goblin giving us 2 life. And the Goblin attacking made Norin go away. And then Norin comes back and gains us 2 life. For some reason I didn't play the Ghost Squad, I don't know why. We're on 15, so we do survive another turn. Which means with Norin in play... if we draw like a generator, we could actually gain a lot of... Deputy of Detention... Well, hopefully they fuck this up and target their own thing. No, they definitely targeted my soul. Okay, yeah, we're fine. So we flooded a little bit, and looks like Blood Moon might be bad here. And Wear Tear was pretty fucking bad. Genesis Chamber might have been mildly better. We're back to our pre-board configuration. If they play a Vial on turn 1 and no basics for the rest of this 3rd game, I generally believe that is hard, evidential fucking facts that Magic hates me. We're playing first. We've got a 1-lander. A 1-lander with a Norin and a Path and a 4-drop. We can't keep this. There's no payoff either. Okay, we've got a 1-lander. No, sorry, a 2-lander. A 2-lander. A 2-lander. A 2-lander. Yeah, why not? What's on top of our library? Let's bottom that. Doesn't matter. We're going to shuffle this. So a 3rd land would make this hand pretty gas. Let's go. Being on the play, playing Soul's Attendant into Genesis Chamber. Yeah, seems good. Non-basic into Aether Vial, you say? Well, fuck you. You are playing with normal tech. The frustrating thing about playing Genesis Chamber on turn 2 and then not playing a creature like immediately afterwards or whatever, because you've got the mana too, obviously, because it's turn 2, it means that your opponent gets the benefit of it first. Kind of like how playing Howling Mine on turn 2 always feels fucking dreadful, even in the Howling Mine decks. Please, can we draw a 3rd land or an Ajani's Pridemate? Please, 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 please. And Remorseful Cleric. No, I don't give a shit about that, so that's fine. They do get a mirror out of it though, but we gain 2 life, so you know. Who's fucking laughing now? Oh my fucking god! Oh. So we didn't draw a 3rd land, nor a 2-drop. Or a 1-drop for that matter. Like, I mean, we're playing quite a few of them. We're playing, just for your satisfaction by the way, here's our deck. Here's our 16 1-drops we could have drawn. I mean, I guess Path wouldn't have been great as a draw there. Or any one of these 2-drops as well, I guess. Even the Impact Tremors would have been, well, no, fucking terrible because now the red source. Okay. It's not over. It's not over until the Soul Sisters sing. And they will sing on this day, I promise you. No Vial activation from them, so no random scary Mausoleum Wanderer. Canada Soul's naming dog? No, it names Spirit. How fucking predictable. So they now have Spell Queller, right? Like, that's just a thing they've got. So we need to lure it out by playing a Mentor, them quelling it, and then us pathing the Queller. That'd be good. Okay, we drew a land. Let's go get a Sacred Foundry so we don't get fucked on mana costs. Now, if they Queller here, but they also have the fucking Rattle Chains off the Vial when we go to Path next turn, or even just flashing it in, then we're dead. There's the Queller. Okay, that's fine. Predictable. Pedestrian, some might say. Annoying. But we knew it was coming. We get to gain 2 life, though, even if they are making 3 power of creatures. Fuck, when you put it like that, that doesn't sound great. I guess I guess I don't attack into the 2/3. Oh no. Is this a Rattle Chains now? No, it's just a Supreme Phantom. But they're into like really shit clothing labels as well. Can you imagine wearing off a Supreme t-shirt? Fuck. So, if someone could crunch the numbers to tell me how likely it is that they've got another Queller in hand now. Oh, fuck biscuits. Well, on the upside, we're getting a lot of life, but we're about to take a fucking proverbial shit ton. Wow, 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 wow. Maybe, just maybe, inside this Pokeball, there is not a Rattle Chains. Yeah? One time, no rattle chains, please. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. Alright. Let's go. All day, all night. You can have all the lands you fucking want, but I want my mentor back. So I want to cast it. Where is it? Here it is. Over here for some reason. Fuck knows why. Gain 2 life. Draw a card. That wasn't a bad... No! 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 You fucker. You absolute fucker. That's a problem. I mean, next time we can get range reveals into 2 more lifelinkers to, like... I say lifelinkers, lifey lads. Shit. So we need to survive a turn, draw planes, play Major Rios, play a Soul Sister. Oh, they've got like another Supreme Phantom. Okay. That's 7 damage in the air. And 5 on the ground. And we only have 2 blockers. Now, I'm not a science man. Now, I'm not a man of maths. I don't prescribe to any profound meta-narratives like mathematics and facts and science and all that shit, alright? I know this Earth is flat. I don't really think it's flat. That's just me fucking around. I might not be a man of maths, but I can say with some amount of certainty that we are fucking dead. Did you know I stream on Twitch every single Monday night from 7 PM BST or GMT, depending on what time zone England has decided to be in at the moment? Fuck, I hate daylight savings hours, don't you? I stream every single Monday. I'm usually joined by my co-host Rob, the White Robbit. I also stream occasionally during the week as well, so follow me on Twitter to understand when I'm streaming on the more impromptu ones, and follow me on Twitch for the Monday night streams. They're modern and legacy primarily, but a bit of standard, a bit of limited. Cube, definitely. When Cube is around, I play a lot of fucking Cube. But come follow me on Twitch and support me that way as well. Oh, so that was Norin Red White Soul Sisters. It didn't go so hot. I actually filmed this deck, a different version of this deck, perhaps 6 months ago, around the time I was going full time. And I think I went 3-2 with it and had a very good time with it, enjoyed it a lot, and the deck was strong. This time around I've been a bit more meme with the Rabbles and the Death Star and shit, but yeah, it didn't go too well. I think we got a little bit unlucky. I think playing into Wasteland Strangler, for example, and killing on Norin and shit like that is not great. Blast Zone might actually make Soul Sisters worse than it already was, which was pretty bad in the first place. I think it was a combination of like an inhospitable meta in our 5 games that we played for that competitive league, and the deck just being a bit underpowered. Either way, I still had fun. Either way, I still enjoyed casting some of these cards. They are just fun cards to play. I hope you enjoyed the video. Is there something you think I could change about the deck to make it more competitive? Obviously, there's a Death Star version that I want to build, but that's more of a joke again. How can we make Red White Soul Sisters stronger? Is there a community around this? Do you play the deck? Do you have a list? Let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already, drop the video a like. It helps it way more than you fucking think it does. And let me know your favourite bit in the comment section below as well. I'm Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. I have videos coming out like most days of all sorts of varied Magic content from different formats to different formats, like game formats and formats of what I make. Formats. Thank you for spending your time watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And next time you're having a wank, just call out my name. Like, even if you're finishing yourself off over a partner, just be like... That's it. That's all I got. Just gonna sit here now while the title cards come up in my face. Oh, you're still here. Well, just click one of the other videos. Go watch one of those in the fucking sidebar or down below in the description or in the cards now. Go on. Fuck off.